Hello, this is Manish Patel from the EII Capital Group. This is a weekly Ichimoku analysis for the stock markets. You notice today is September 26, 2010. You notice I took out the word US. We're now going to start taking this video to start talking about all the markets globally. We're going to start talking more about Europe market like Ftse. We're going to talk about Asia, from Hong Kong to Sensex in India and so forth. So this is going to be the first week. We're going to start talking about some global markets, and we'll start adding more and more as we go forward. Okay. If you scroll down, this is basically this is our disclaimer. This is for educational use only. All charts are in Thinkorswim, TradeStation, or FreeStockCharts.com, and the music is Guitaro. Okay, here are my contact details. You can follow us on Ichimoku Trading. We pretty much cover Ichimoku for stocks, futures, commodities, bonds, everything, and currencies. Okay, so let's begin, and let's start off by looking at our Ichimoku Heat Map. Remember, on the heat map, basically a 5 and above is bullish, -5 and below is bearish. You can tell from the ES mini futures, basically we're bullish. The daily is at extreme bullish, but the weekly is just now starting to become bullish. Okay, it was bearish. Okay, so you got a 1. It's not bullish completely yet, but it turned over from being bearish. Dow futures, you could tell they're extreme bullish. Okay, and then here on the NASDAQ futures, they're extreme bullish too. Okay, so again, this, according to the Ichimoku rating system right now, if you're going to go bullish, I definitely would sit there, probably look at the Dow or NASDAQ, because they are trending on both time frames. And then if you're going to short, I'll probably look at opportunities in the ES, which is more weaker compared to the others. Okay, so let's go look, and we'll look at the other global markets in just a minute. So let's go look at the ES, and let's start off with there. Let's go to the weekly time frame, as we normally do, and you could see that we got to the level that we were thinking it was going to get to, which is around 1140. Okay, so we pretty much got to that level now. Now the question is, what's going to happen? You can see the tickets is now pointing up, so it looks like it's trying to flip over. Chicago looks like it's trying to come out here. It's got a long time before it comes out, and the future cloud looks like it's about to flip over. Okay, some people will look at this as a head and shoulder on the weekly, so be very, very careful if you're going to go bullish as far as this week is concerned, because some people are going to sit there and probably look at this our market as going short due to a head and shoulder pattern now forming. However, there's nothing here that tells you that it's trending on a weekly time frame at all, no matter what you think or you're from the fundamental aspect. Okay, yes, the markets have been going up last week, and it was a nice movement up. In fact, looks like this September we're about to close out higher than any other year except for 1939. So we have had a great month, but it doesn't mean that we are trending as far as the weekly time frame is concerned. Okay, there's still conflict that's among all the Ichimoku indicators, which will inhibit it from entering a trend. So we're going to still have the high volatility for the big price action, and we may just sit there and consolidate in a high volatile mode. Okay, let's look at the daily time frame. Daily time frame, you could see that we are bullish. Everything has come out. Okay, all the indicators are looking good, and we're at our level there. Okay, as far as daily is concerned, there's another level here at 1150 before we break that, and we could go higher. If we break that and go higher, then we have a potential getting up to about close to 1200, which is 1192. But let's not even talk about that level. Let's see what happens this week before we move forward. But according to the daily, this looks good, and it's going to have a chance of breaking higher. But as you saw from the weekly, we really don't know as of yet. Okay, so let's wait and see what happens before we start jumping to any conclusions. But it does look like this market wants to go back to this extreme highs here that we had made 426. Okay, which is around 1217. So we'll have to see what happens, but since it is election year, there's a high possibility that could happen there. Okay, let's go look at the NASDAQ. Remember, we were recommending from the last week's video, if you're going to go long, go with any NASDAQ type of stock. And look at NASDAQ. Let's go look at the weekly first before we look at the daily. If you look at the weekly, it's coming right into our level of 2049. Okay, so it's exactly where we predicted it to be. The price moving up has made these two cross, so looks like it's going to probably do a little pullback before it comes to that level. Now, if it's very, very strong going into tomorrow, it's going to come here, touch it, and then pull back. Okay, but since this Tenkan-sen is far away from price right now, we're expecting a little pullback to eventually occur. We're not sure when, but we know a pullback is going to need to occur. You can see from the daily time frame, this thing has been smooth. Pretty much as soon as it popped out of the cloud September 2nd, this thing has been on a tear going up. This is why we've been saying NASDAQ is probably the key to sit there and go long in. Okay. That's the NASDAQ. Let's go look at the Dow futures. Dow futures, same thing, but it hasn't sit there and broke above this resistance level that much compared to NASDAQ. Okay, so that's the daily. Let's go look at the weekly. Weekly, same scenario. As you could see that the future cloud is turned over. These two have met, but the Chicago is not with you at all right now. It's still bearish. Okay, so there's a high possibility it's also going to get it probably about to 11.021 and then probably bounce. We're not sure yet, but I don't think it's going to go higher there. I think it's going to probably stop here, pull back, and then move forward. Okay, it'll probably come retest this level here at 1,000. Let's see, 10,588, and then go higher. Okay, but you got to wait and see what happens before you could see there. But if you look at this chart compared to what you saw on the NASDAQ, look at the big difference. Okay, NASDAQ is on a tear. Okay, so if you're going long term, I'll definitely look at NASDAQ opportunities. If you're looking for short-term trades, remember this is going for a long time, so this may not be the pair to look at to go long anymore because it's already moved that much. But you could wait for pullback in NASDAQ stocks, or you could find the creme of the creme in NASDAQ opportunities. If you continue to check Twitter, we'll be showing you NASDAQ opportunities and also NYSE opportunities that are breaking out of the cloud on a weekly cloud, so that you could see those opportunities going long. Last week's recommendations really worked out really well if you look at them. Right, in fact, after we recommended them, they popped up really nice. So they've been really good. So keep on checking Ichimoku Trading on Twitter. Okay, so now let's go look at global markets. What I did was I just went to my website, eiacapital.com. If you click on charts, it'll allow you to pretty much see this. This is available from freestockcharts.com. It's really, really great package out there where you can see Ichimoku on stocks. It even allows me to see like a lot of global markets, which I can't see within my normal charting packages. Here I've got the Sensex. This is the Indian stock market. Pretty much last week it's reached its all-time high. And look what happened. It broke right through the 2000, and you could see it really going forward. Look at the daily, and you could see that it's after this little gap right here, it took off. Okay, if you're an Elliott wave theorist person, this is the ideal Elliott wave. 1, 2, 2 to 3. This is your institutional wave. Remember, your 2 to 3s are the biggest, longest waves with your institutional waves. And a lot of times, if they're going to be strong and they're going to gap, they're going to gap, break the resistance, and then go. And that's exactly what happens. So this is ideal. So eventually, this is going to do a pullback from 3 to 4, and then 4 to 5. The 5 may retest the high. It may fall short. You don't know. But there's a lot of opportunity in this market there. Okay, let's go look at the Ftse. Okay, if you look at the Ftse on the let's go look at the weekly first. Weekly, you can see that it broke out of this resistance level right here and is looking really, really good going forward. Okay, so on the Ftse, that looks good, but also it could be labeled as a head and shoulder there. So some chartists may be looking at this as a possible head and shoulder. You don't know if it is until you get confirmation. It could go higher and retest this high right here. This looks very similar to the U.S. markets that are occurring right now. Okay. So if you look here, daily shows you the same scenario where it broke out this consolidation pattern, and now it looks like it's just sitting there holding there and it has a hard time. So, you know, the key level is going to be right around this level right here at 57.32 as far as what it's going to do when it gets there. Okay. And let's see, Hong Kong. I think let's go look at the Hong Kong index. If you look at the Hong Kong index, this is a daily time frame. You could see that it's doing great too. Okay, so these are some of the markets we looked at. We'll incorporate Brazilian market coming up and other future markets in this video. in the future. I hope you enjoyed it. Please provide feedback. Here's all the information for us. You can email me or go to EIA Capital and access any of our Ichimoku resources that are available there. Thank you.